Yeah, I think one of the biggest themes in TV right now is connecting linear with digital. And you have historically these different buying groups. You have video investment, traditional linear buyers, and you've got digital buyers. And ultimately, it's just TV, right? Whether it's streaming or linear. So what we're seeing is sort of a realization in the industry that these teams need to work closer together, and that there's data sets that can help marry and connect the dots between linear and digital. So very exciting to see the progress there.
Now for Yahoo, how are you driving value in the TV space for marketers?
Yeah, so look, Yahoo builds programmatic technology to make it easy for marketers to plan, activate, measure, get insights around really all of their omnichannel media activations, inclusive of TV. And yeah, I think our differentiation at Yahoo is pretty simple. I think it starts with identity. So Yahoo is between the third and the fifth largest online destination, period, on any given month. And that creates a tremendous amount of first-party direct consumer relationship data, a powerful identity graph, high match rates with holding company data sets, really rich behavioral segments, diverse behavioral segments, first-party measurement. And so that's really the front door for customers into Yahoo. But on top of that, we're bringing in a lot of TV data. So we're forming TV data partnerships, putting data science behind it, matching it against our identity graph to connect linear and digital together. I'd say another area is cost efficiency. And so particularly in the economic environment we're in, there's just so much that we're doing sort of underneath the hood, whether it's identity, data onboarding, enrichment, that's value add. And I think customers are increasingly starting to appreciate that more as more of their dollar needs to go toward working media. And lastly, we're the only platform that's investing in connecting all forms of addressable TV buying together. So many of your viewers may know we've formed partnerships with Fios, Dish, and DirecTV to bring an additional 25 million live linear households together with connected TV to enable all forms of addressable TV targeting.
Yeah, you raised an important point there. Let's see. So, for brands and media buyers who are watching this, what can you tell us about this partnership with DirecTV Advertising?
Yeah, so earlier this summer in Cannes, we announced the integration of DirecTV Advertising's live linear addressable into our platform. And so a few weeks ago at Adweek, we announced an expansion of that partnership to include set-top box data as sort of one of the ingredients to fuel that cross-channel interoperability and bringing that linear data into the platform. We've had a partnership in place for a while with Vizio for use of their Inscape ACR data set. So this sort of just marries two different flavors of TV data, brings it into the platform, and gives us a really powerful combination to scale and provide differentiation for marketers.
And finally, Beau, looking ahead the next 6 months to a year, is there anything you expect to see, anything you'd like to see? What can you tell us about what's going to happen?
Yeah, so there's so many things to solve in TV. I think as we look at innovation in TV, there's three primary innovation tracks that we focus on. We have planning and measurement, we've got activation and optimization, and we have identity. And I think the sexy features that I'm real excited about are those linear to digital cross-channel interoperability features. And what I mean by that is, taking linear and addressable linear and digital and being able to understand that total reach across those environments and the incrementality and overlap between them, and also starting to tie those exposures and touch points to business outcomes so that TV can kind of get more of an appropriate credit for influence in the marketing funnel, and understanding the path to conversion and the sequencing and the optimal frequency and managing toward that optimal frequency. So look, this is obviously one of Yahoo's biggest priorities, and I'm sure a lot of companies' big priorities is TV. But look, the customers have been incredibly surprised and delighted by the features that we've put out to date.